What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links datamine video. Today we're going to be talking about Crow and Jack's new skills that got leaked today. I'm super excited to dive into them because some of their skills are really spicy. Anyways, if you guys want to skip to a certain character, so like if you only want to hear like Crow's skills and not Jack's skills or vice versa, you guys can go skip to whichever character you want to hear about in the timestamps in the description down below or in the comment section if I remember to do that. So yeah, just for you guys, if you guys just don't want to listen to one character or whatever and all that stuff. And sorry for the delay on the news and stuff like that. I've been pretty busy today and I woke up really late today, so combination of that has just not been good for me, and I've been working hard all day on these videos for you guys, so I'm trying my best. So thank you guys so much for supporting the videos and all that stuff. And I guess without further ado, let's just go dive into this video. But of course, if you guys are enjoying this video at any point, be sure to go hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, datamine leaks, and stuff like that. Commentary is hard. I got caught up with it and I lost air. And then yeah, also if you guys subscribe and all that good stuff, but of course you can always wait until you watch the video before you want to do so. But without further ado, let's just go dive into Jack's and Crow stuff first. So first we're going to be talking about Jack's skills right here. Really like how this background kind of turned out. But yeah, let's just go talk about Jack's new skills that got leaked today. And also credit to where credit's due. Thanks so much to Yaz and XOF and Dragon for confirming these leaks. They came from the Japan version of the game. And then also, if you guys want to check out Yusei's skills, be sure to go check out Yusei's skills. I'll have that either in the link in the description or on the top right as a little like I button. The I button will like pull up and it'll show my previous video. So if you missed out on that, because there's a ton of skills to talk about in the Yusei video, feel free to do that. But yeah, enough delaying. Let's just go dive into some of Jack's skills. So first of all, with Jack, we have two skills right here. King of the Archfiend. Until your end of your next... I can't read. Until the end of your turn, Archfiend synchro monsters you control gain 100 attack times their level. This skill can be used once per turn. Now, it's kind of just... okay, it's like basically the same one as the Warrior skill that we talked about in my previous video. So there's a similar skill like this, but for Yusei's warriors and stuff like that. So that's really cool right there. And since this can combo with Red Dragon Archfiend, which is super cool, so if you use this skill, you can get your Red Dragon Archfiend to 3,800 attack each attack phase. That's actually not too bad. That's actually a kind of a cool skill. I kind of like it's like beatdown, but like specifically for the synchro monsters and stuff like that. So I think this Archfiend one might be pretty good if you want to get that massive damage with the Red Dragon Archfiend. Pretty cool right there. And then we have another skill called Double Tuner. It can be used if you control a level 2 or lower, or a lower 2 or monster special summon, or just summon one level 2 or below tuner monster from your hand. The skill can be used once per duel. I'm assuming this is for Jack when he summons his like mega monster or whatever, because I believe with Yusei, he had like a synchro Stardust Dragon that, it took Stardust Dragon and like it was like Stardust Dragon plus a non-tuner monster and a tuner synchro monster. I believe that's what the 3 was for his like mega dragon. And I think it was for this skill, it's probably catering towards the Red Dragon Nova Archfiend Dragon or something like that, just the mega version of Red Dragon Archfiend. And with that, he needs 2 tuners plus Red Dragon Archfiend to go for that synchro summon. So that's probably what Double Tuner is for, and that's probably a hint that we're going to be getting like the Red Nova Dragon or something like that, which is super cool. Trying to remember the stuff on the top of my head, but yeah, something like that. So Double Tuner might be used in some like other combos too, but most likely it's just catering towards that Red Nova Dragon and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool right there. And then next up, we're going to be talking about this one right here. So what I've noticed is that each of the signers have this skill called Mark of the Dragon, and Jack's Mark of the Dragon was the wings. And due to this, with the Mark of the Dragon skill, at the beginning of your duel, you can add 2 Dark Resonator to your deck and 1 Red Dragon Archfiend to your extra deck. So Yusei had a Mark of the Dragon head, and that added 2 Junk Synchron to his deck, plus a Stardust Dragon, and then there's going to be another Mark of the Dragon that we're going to be talking about later in this video for Crow. So it's actually really cool that each of the signers have their own special skill, and I think that's super cool right there. For anybody that doesn't know what Dark Resonator and Red Dragon Archfiend is, here's these cards right here. Dark Resonator is a 3-star Dark Fiend tuner with the effect once per turn it cannot be destroyed by battle, and it's an attack of 1300 and a defense of 300. Super cool right there. And we also have Red Dragon Archfiend, Jack's ace monster. It's the 8-star Dark Dragon Synchro. The effect, it takes a tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. After damage calculation, if this card attacks attacks and defense position monster your opponent controls. You can destroy all defense position monsters your opponent controls. During the end phase, destroy all other monsters you control that did not declare attack this turn. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. So super cool right there. Love that. I actually really like Red Dragon Archfiend. I like Stardust Dragon more, but Red Dragon's Archfiend is also super cool. Like, the artwork for that card is awesome. So I can't wait to try out that card in the 5Ds world. And yeah, so I mentioned this in my last like little leak video. It's kind of cool that we have these kind of skills that add more cards to our extra deck instead of only be limited to 5 extra deck cards. Hopefully we get a good mix of like synchro monsters from that are farmable and from boxes to really get our toolbox decks going along with these skills. But we have to wait and see until 5D's world drops into Duel Links. Next up, though, we're going to talk about another skill right here, Champions Beat. Champions Beat, it can be used when you control Red Dragon Archfiend, so you have to have a Red Dragon Archfiend on the board. Randomly add 1 Scarlet Security, Red Dragon Face, and Crimson Fire to your hand. This skill can only be used once per duel. So this skill kind of reminds me of Master of Magicians from Arcana, but a little bit better, because with Master of Magicians from Arcana, you have to lose 2,000 life points to then add a random card for Dark Magician. Champions Beat's a lot easier because you just need Red Dragon Archfiend onto the board, and then you can pop this skill right away, which is super cool. And all 3 of these cards are not too bad, so we're going to talk about every single one of these cards real quick. So let's go switch to that. So before we get onto this, so this is I made this mistake on my last video. Basically what I've been doing is that for the card arts, I've been taking these card arts from DeviantArt. Basically, whenever I search for these like for these cards for these videos, I always try to get the highest quality image that I can. So due to that, I usually use DeviantArt, where people make fan-made versions of the cards that are much more high quality. This is the highest quality card that I can find, but the text on this is a little bit different from the original effect. So Scarlet Security, if you control a Red Dragon Archfiend, destroy all spell and trap cards in your opponent that controls. That's what the card says. This fan-made version, for whatever reason, it has destroy all face-up spell and trap cards your opponent controls, but no, Scarlet Security destroys all spell and trap cards your opponent controls, not just only face-up cards. Just to let you guys know that. I just used this image because it's just a much higher quality than that, than the other images that I could find on Google. But this one right here specifically, it's just a fan-made one from DeviantArt or whatever. So just a heads up on that. Scarlet Security, when you use it, destroys all of your opponent's spell and traps, not only face-up, all your opponent's spell and traps. I just want to make that clear. I made the same mistake on my last video on the Yusei one, and I've been trying my best to double check these and stuff like that. So just to let you guys know. But still, good card overall. I'm really glad that it's not only face-up cards and that it's actually just all spell and trap cards opponent controls. It's super nice. Next up, we're going to be talking about Red Dragon Face. Couldn't find a really high quality one, so we're going to rock this one. Red Dragon Face is a spell card. If you control a Red Dragon Archfiend, draw 2 cards. You cannot normal or special summon monsters the turn you activate this card until the end of your opponent's turn after this card is activated. So it's not a bad card. I am curious though, could you normal summon and special summon and then play this card later? I'm not sure about that, because I think it's like with what was that card called? Crap, I couldn't forget that. I remember what the ability is, but with like Dark Magician decks, you pay half of your life points and you special summon a Dark Magician from your hand. I forgot what the card's name is, but I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Is it kind of like that, where if you summoned a monster before you played that card, you want to be able to activate it? I think that's the same case with Red Dragon Face. I'm not too sure, but hey, if you have a Red Dragon Archfiend on the board, you can draw 2 cards. Sadly, can't special summon or set, but still, drawing 2 cards is not too bad. So pretty cool right there. Another card that you can add with Champion Beat. And then next up, we're going to be talking about Crimson Fire. So this was another card that I found that was a fan art card, but then I tried my best to Photoshop the actual text in there. I guess it doesn't look that bad. I think the Photoshop that I did actually doesn't look that bad. At first I thought it was kind of bad, but yeah, I basically Photoshopped the real text over the fan art text for this guy, for this card right here. So breaking the 4th wall, I guess, when it comes to my videos. But yeah, Crimson Fire is a counter trap. When your opponent activates a spell / trap card that would inflict damage to you while you control Red Dragon Archfiend, your opponent takes twice the effect damage you would have taken. Very interesting right there. I don't think you'll pull off this card that much, and honestly, what kind of sucks about Champion Beat Jack is that Red Dragon Face and this Crimson Fire card are kind of just meh. They're kind of just meh, like they're not really that good, so I don't know. But I mean, if your opponent does inflict that battle damage to you, you can just inflict it back to them, double the damage, which I guess is cool. But I don't know, nothing too crazy right there, but just another card that you can get. And I think that's it for a Jax. So I guess that's it for Jax skills that we have in Duel Links right now. Dude, I need to take a drink real quick. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Jax is pretty cool. I like his skills and stuff like that. I feel like Champion B could be better. Like the cards from it are not that good, but I don't know. It is really easy to add one of those cards anyway, simply because you just need Red Dragon Archfiend on the board compared to like a Master Magician. So I guess that it's kind of like a counterbalance. Like Master Magicians gives you better cards, but you do have to pay a lot of life points for it. While Champion B Jack, you don't have to pay any life points, but you get some okay cards. I don't know, but overall his skills seem kind of neat. But let's go dive into Crow, because Crow has some awesome cards. So as you guys can see, we got our boy Crow, and the first skill we're going to talk about with Crow is Mark of the Tail Dragon. Just Mark of the Dragon Tail. At the beginning of the duel, you can add 2 Blackwing Blizzard of the Far North to your deck and 1 Blackwing Dragon to your extra deck. Very cool right here. So yeah, it's just like the other one that we talked about. It just gives you 2 of the tuner monster and then 1 of the extra deck ace monster right there. Super cool right there. And then another thing we're going to talk about real quick too is the cards for them. So first of all, Blackwing Blizzard of the Far North. This is a 2-star dark winged beast tuner with the effect. Cannot be special summoned when this card is normal summoned. You can target a level 4 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position. Super cool right here because I haven't played Blackwings that much, like, at all, but Blackwings are, like, a really good deck. It's a fan favorite deck, and it's really good for synchro summons and stuff like that. So the fact that we're going to get Crow, I don't know if we'll get Crow day 1 when 5D's World comes out, but if we do, that would be insane. But this ability is kind of good right there. I believe that there's certain, like, combos with Blackwings that makes it easily to send them to the graveyard. So with Blackwing the Blizzard Far North, when you summon him on the board, hopefully you have a level or lower 4 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard to easily go in for those synchro plays, which is really cool. And you get to add 2 of them to your deck, so very cool right there. I think this card will definitely help out the Blackwings for sure. But like I said, I haven't played Blackwings that much. I really need to get familiar with that deck because it sounds super good. Next up, we're going to be talking about Crow's basically a Signer Dragon. For a long, dude, this card was like introduced way late into the show. That's for sure. Like Blackwing Dragon's like, I guess technically second season, but second season had a lot of episodes when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. But still, they're going to make Blackwing Dragon Crow's Ace. It's a 8-star dark dragon synchro with the effect. It takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. If you would take damage from a card effect, you can place 1 black feather counter on this card instead. The card loses 700 attack for each black feather counter on it. Once per turn, you can remove all black feather counters on this card, then target 1 face of monster opponent controls. That target loses 700 attack for each black feather counter you removed, and if it does, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack lost by this effect. If you can start pulling off this ability, I feel like it's going to be really good. And especially, like, if Konami gives us the good Blackwing monsters to easily summon this card onto the board, pop off this card's effect, there's going to be some shenanigans happening. So remember, we start off with 4,000 life points in this game. Losing, like, first of all, when you make your opponent's monster lose attack and inflict damage to them for, like, each 700, that's crazy. You're making your opponent lose attack and effect damage right there, which is just like, whoa. And then another thing, too, is that I think you can still attack with Blackwing Dragon later. So Blackwing Dragon is just going to tear up the field, possibly. But I don't know. Pretty unfamiliar with Blackwings and stuff like that, but I just have a hunch that this card's going to be really good. Especially, there's also a skill that really combos with this Blackwing Dragon right here. So, Black Feather Counter Charge, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard and place a Black Feather Counter on a Blackwing Dragon you control. The skill can be used once per turn. Like, this is going to make the skill, or Blackwing Dragon's effect, pop off way easier. And I just realized with this effect, you can discard one of your 4-star Blackwing monsters with this skill, and then you can easily kind of just pop off with this card's effect. You're discarding Blackwings, you can go in for more synchro summons after you get your Blackwing Dragon on the board. Like, that's going to be crazy. I feel like this skill combined with Blackwing Dragon is going to be insane if this is going to be a viable or a skill that they're going to give us. I guess I probably should have mentioned this in my skill videos. Sometimes some of these skills are going to be exclusive for events or for the character itself, and then some of the skills we're going to be able to use in ranked PvP and stuff like that. Like, some skills are going to be for, like, events only that we can't use, and then there's going to be some skills that we can use. But I feel like this skill is probably going to be one that we're going to be able to use, and if we will be able to, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what people are going to build with Black Feather Countercharge plus Blackwing Dragon. Like, possibly things could get pretty insane. Just the maybe, So very interesting right there. I'm very curious on what people are going to build with this sort of stuff. And then next up, we're going to be talking about Fly High Blackwing. Until your opponent's next end phase, Blackwing Dragon and Blackwing Synchro monsters you control gain 200 attack per Blackwing monsters you control. The skill can be used once per turn. This ability is really insane. So this is basically a version of Beatdown and the Tides That Bind and stuff like that, except specifically for Blackwings. But the thing that makes it different compared to, you know, Tides That Bind and Beatdown is the fact that it lasts till your opponent's next end phase. That's actually crazy. So you have 3 Blackwings on the board. Well, they have to be specifically Synchro monsters, but if you have 3 Blackwing Synchro monsters on the board, and they all gain 200 attack for each monster on the board, and it doesn't go away till the next end phase. Like, that's kind of wild, dude. If it was every Blackwing monster on the board, that would be absolutely broken. But for the Synchro monsters specifically, you can get 200 for per Blackwing monsters you control. So I guess if you had 1 Blackwing Synchro monster and 2 other Blackwings, I believe that it will give 600 attack to only your Blackwing Synchro monster, if I'm reading this correctly. So that's really cool right there. And your and also with that Blackwing Synchro monster, it won't lose that bonus attack until the end phase of your opponent's turn. So that's absolutely crazy. This is going to probably be a really nice skill to try out if Blackwings are going to be able in Duel Links at least to spam out monsters and stuff like that. That would be crazy. Definitely looking forward to trying out Blackwings for sure. And then we're going to talk about one more skill with Crow, and that is Black Whirlwind. It can be used when your life points are 2,000 or below. Instead of doing a normal draw, you can add 1 Black Whirlwind to your hand. The skill can only be used once per duel. Let's take a look at Black Whirlwind. So Black Whirlwind is a spell card, a continuous spell card. When a Blackwing monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add a Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand with less attack than that monster. That's absolutely crazy. Like, if this card was like an attainable card and not only through a skill, I feel like this card would be broken. So I feel like this is a good balance for the deck, because I don't think this card, or I don't think the skill in using this card will be so overpowered, simply because of the fact you do have to lose 2,000 life points first of all, or just go below 2,000 life points, I believe, right? Let me check that again. Yeah, it has to be 2,000 life points or below. And since it's a card that's added outside of your hand and not doing your normal draw, it's going to be a little bit slow. Like, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a very scenario-heavy card, but if you start pulling off, but I have a feeling that if you start just popping off with this card, it's going to just help you out so much. So it's a very interesting card. I'm definitely looking forward to trying out Blackwing, stuff like that, because I never played Blackwings during the 5Ds. Like, I started playing like Yu-Gi-Oh during the 5Ds era, but I was mostly just an anime. I was mostly just a fan of the anime. I wasn't like highly competitive in the competitive scene and all that stuff. So I'm not familiar with a lot of archetypes, so most of the stuff's still new to me, but kind of know a few things about it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, overall though, I'm super excited to try out these skills. Hopefully all these skills are going to be attainable to us sooner rather than later, but sadly there's no release date yet on when we're going to get these skills and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. Though, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to go hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more datamine videos. I'm trying my best to get this content out to you guys as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for the support on all these videos and everything like that. If you haven't checked already, check out my previous leak video talking about Yusei skills and some other like synchro supporting skills and stuff like that. There's a ton to talk about, and there's actually going to be probably 3 more leak videos that I'm going to be making for you guys. There's so much stuff to talk about, so be sure to go stay tuned and check my channel out for later. But that's going to do it for me, guys, though. Thank you guys for watching today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. I'll go see you guys in the next one. Peace out.